Hello everyone, moving on to today's current affairs, that is 8th December, which indeed is a very important day or a very proud day for India. Why? Because Kumbh Mela, which is a sacred tradition, a sacred culture for India, has been included in the intangible cultural heritage of humanity by UNESCO. And most importantly, India has been admitted as a 42nd member of Wassenaar agreement. So this is also a very important current affairs as far as India is concerned. And also Dr. Ambedkar, in his name, an international convention center has been started. So that is also important. The architecture part of that international center is also an important part. So let's move on to the first current affairs, that is intangible cultural heritage of humanity. Why it is in news? It is because the Intergovernmental Committee for the Safeguarding of Intangible Cultural Heritage, in its 12th session that has been held in Jeju in South Korea, has inscribed 33 new elements in the representative list of intangible cultural heritage of humanity. So what exactly this intangible cultural heritage means about? Intangible cultural heritage means the practices, the representations, expressions, knowledge, skills that are associated with communities, groups, and even in some cases with that of the individuals recognized as a part of their cultural heritage. This is transmitted from generation to generation, constantly recreated by communities and groups as a response to the environment, their interaction with nature as well as the history, and also provides them with a sense of identity and a continuity. Thus, it contributes towards our cultural diversity as well as human creativity. So what you need to focus here is about have an idea about what exactly intangible cultural heritage is all about. Who is the main organ of UN, that is UNESCO, is responsible for this intangible cultural heritage, and also how many has been admitted in the latest one, that is in 2017, and also how many have been included from India so far. So in short, what you can say is that it includes oral traditions and expressions, which includes a language as a vehicle of intangible cultural heritage, performing arts, social practices, that is rituals and also festive events, knowledge, practices that concerns nature and universe, and also traditional craftsmanship. So these are the major categories which have been included under the intangible cultural heritage. So in short, you can say that intangible cultural heritage is a traditional, contemporary as well as living at the same time. It is also inclusive and also it's representative, and most importantly, it is community based. So these are the basic characteristics of the features of intangible cultural heritage. So keep this in your mind. Moving on, Kumbh Mela, why it is in news? It is because from India, Kumbh Mela has been included in the representative list of intangible cultural heritage. So here what you need to understand what exactly Kumbh Mela is all about, and also the list of intangible cultural heritage that has been included from India. So the list has been given in your material, please go through it while we discuss what exactly Kumbh Mela is all about. Kumbh Mela is the largest peaceful congregation of pilgrims on earth, during which participants bathe and take a dip in the sacred river, that is Ganges. It is attended by millions of people irrespective of caste, creed or gender. The congregation also includes ascetics, saints, sadhus, aspirants, kalpavasis, and also by visitors. Here devotees believe that by bathing in Ganges or the sacred river, one is freed from the sins, liberating themselves from the cycle of birth as well as from the cycle of death. That is birth and death. So that is what you mean by Kumbh Mela, and also it is held in four places basically. It is at Haridwar, Prayaga, that is in Allahabad, Nashik district, that is Nashik and Trimbak, and also Ujjain. So what you need to focus here is about the major areas, that is Haridwar, Allahabad, Nashik and Trimbak, and also Ujjain. You need to understand where, you need to locate in the map where these are, and also the rivers that flow nearby it, and also the history or the role these places have played in our ancient as well as medieval history, as well as in the modern history also. So keep this in your mind, it's very important, these places. The main festival site is located at the bank of river, the Ganges at Haridwar, the confluence of Ganges and Yamuna, and the invisible Saraswati at Allahabad, that is at Prayaga, the Godavari at Nashik, and also the Shipra at Ujjain. Purna Kumbh Mela is held once in every 12 years and that is held at the above said above 4 places, while you have Ardha Kumbh Mela that is held every 6 years at two major areas, that is at Haridwar as well as Prayaga, that is in Allahabad. So moving on to the next one, that is Wassenaar Agreement. It is a very important topic. Why? Because India has become the 42nd member of Wassenaar Agreement, that is Wassenaar Agreement on export control for conventional arms and dual use goods and technologies, a multilateral control regime, export control regime with 42 participating states, that is 42nd includes India. It was established in 1996 in Wassenaar, that is in the Netherlands, and has its headquarters and a small secretariat that is based in Vienna. It promotes transparency and a greater responsibility in transfer of conventional arms and dual use goods and technologies, thereby preventing the destabilizing accumulations of these dangerous technologies as well as goods. The participating states have to seek through their national policies to ensure that transfer of these items to the other countries do not lead to the development or enhancement of military capabilities which undermine these goals, and are also actually diverted to ensure that these are not happening in other parts of the world. So it is one of the 4 regimes that govern the transfer of potentially dangerous technologies. NSD is the first important one. There is NSD, which controls the export of nuclear materials and technology, for which India is not a member. Please keep that in mind. Australia Group, which restricts the trade in materials used to make chemical and biological weapons, and also the MTCR, that is Missile Technology and Control Regime, which keeps a check on the transfer of missiles and unmanned aerial vehicle, that for which in 2016 India was a member. India has been admitted as a member. So keep that in mind. Out of the 4, 2 has been in 2 we have been admitted as a member. That is Australia. That is in Wassenaar Agreement as well as for MTCR. Now the last one, that is Dr. B.R. Ambedkar International Center. Why it is in news? It is because PM Narendra Modi has inaugurated the B.R. Ambedkar International Center at 15 Janpad, that is Delhi. Its architecture, what you have to focus here is about the architecture. It is very important as far as your prelims and for your mains. So it is a mix of modern as well as traditional styles with Sanchi Stupa Toran at the main facade of the center, keeping in view the Ambedkar's love for Buddhism. 8-foot stone statue of Buddha in Dhyana Mudra posture is placed in open area. So please understand, there are several mudras, several postures of Buddha. So keep that in mind. Study all these mudras. It is very important. A standing statue of B.R. Ambedkar has also been placed opposite to the Chaitya Arch, and the statue of B.R. Ambedkar in a sitting posture is in the atrium. So you have to focus about Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, the role he has played in our freedom struggle, and also the various postures of Buddha, and also the various architecture, that is Sanchi Stupa Toran, and also other details have been given in the material. Please go through it, and this is very important as far as your prelims as far as your mains is also concerned. So keep that in mind. So these are the basic major topics for current affairs. Thank you.